Donald Trump apparently loves to admit, to confess in various interviews that he engages in obstruction of justice. In fact, in a recent conversation with Fox News host Mark Levin this weekend, Donald Trump admitted that had he not fired Comey, James Comey, the former FBI director, his presidency may have been cut short. Let's watch.
Don't forget, I fired Comey. Had I not fired Comey, you might not be talking to me right now about a beautiful book of 4 years at the White House. And we'll see about the future. The future is going to be very interesting. But I fired Comey, that whole group, and now that group is coming back again? I mean, it's not believable. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. Shouldn't be allowed to happen.
Now, of course, the former FBI director was a huge part of the Russia investigation into Donald Trump's ties to Vladimir Putin. It's amazing how he just says things. Like he just admits to things out in the open. But I will say this, had he not fired James Comey, I guarantee you, I promise you, that Trump would have served his full term with no problem.
Yeah, because opposition parties are Democrats. Comey could have come in and said, I have definitive evidence, and actually had it, of Trump like telling Putin, I will do anything Russia says, I am now your agent. And the Democrats couldn't find a way to get Trump. So he didn't say any of that, okay? But even in that extreme hypothetical, the Democrats would blunder it. I guarantee it.
I have a slight disagreement with you though. In this case, I don't necessarily think that the Democrats would fail. In fact, it seemed like the only thing Democrats really cared about was trying to oust Trump from office over his alleged ties with Vladimir Putin. And they tried real hard to get rid of Trump in that regard. However, the base doesn't care, meaning Trump's base didn't care. Republican lawmakers didn't care. They helped cover for Trump over and over again. So Trump would have gotten the protection that he wanted. Republicans would certainly cover for him. And they did cover for him even in the second impeachment where Trump was accused of inciting violence, which led to the January 6th riots.
No, they share culpability. Yes, Republicans. Are you kidding me? He said I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it, and they proved him right in 1,000 different ways. His supporters tried to hang his own vice president, and everybody's like, that's totally fine. Yeah. He went to a debate knowing that he might have COVID, and purposely didn't get tested, thinking that hey, maybe Biden will get the COVID and die, and they think, oh, that's totally fine. His supporters killed cops. They think that's totally fine. Hundreds of thousands of people died because he wouldn't take precautions during COVID because it might affect the economy. And they thought it was totally fine. It turns out he could kill hundreds of thousands of people on Fifth Avenue, and the Republicans would cheer, and they did. So, but now I want to go back to this comment because it's interesting in two ways. Everybody's noting that he said, look, I might not be here if I had not fired Comey. And the first admission is, yeah, Comey had the goods on me, and that's why I fired him. Right? He was not because Comey was doing something. Remember, originally their claim was that they fired Comey because he had targeted Hillary Clinton wrong. Yes, that's Rod Rosenstein's claim as to why Comey was fired. Do you see how comical that is now? Okay, so I get why people are focusing on that. He did not fire Comey for any other reason than to protect himself. But don't lose sight of the second point he's saying. He's saying, if I hadn't fired him, I wouldn't be here. Well, if Comey was unfairly targeting you and had no evidence, why wouldn't you be there? That's an admission. Oh, I definitely did it.
It's amazing.
And if I hadn't fired the guy who had the evidence, I wouldn't be here because obviously I would have been fired because I definitely did it. I mean, you might as well, that beautiful book he's talking about might as well be titled, If I Had Done It.
I know, totally.
Right? By the way, it's a picture book.
Aw.
He's a child. He came up with a picture book for his time at the White House.
Aww.
Embarrassing. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.